Hey, you favored ones, welcome back for another collective reading. It's starting to take flight for our next time in our lives as the airplane's going above right now. Welcome. Take your seats around at the round table. There is the wishing well in the corner for all those who would like to toss in a coin. And we will get started on today's downloads. For anyone who is new here, welcome. For anyone who's returning, welcome back. And before we get started with the downloads, we like to do something in our favored corner here called Welcoming Utopia, where we take a moment and we really sit in the gratitude and the high vibration of what it would feel like to be in such relief when we reach our utopia, and welcome that relief and that feeling of peace into our lives intentionally. And that's what we like to do at the beginning of every single video since I've come up with the idea. So for anyone who's new here, you can take a moment and welcome utopia on a personal level, a galactic level, international, whatever you feel comfortable putting your energy in towards. So, since these are general readings, not all of the messages will apply, and that's perfectly okay. You are welcome to listen if you just find my voice calming or just like to have something on in the background. I appreciate you clicking on the video regardless. And yeah, if anyone tries to message you inside the comments below or in your DMs trying to solicit you a reading, I will never do that. I will only take readings of those who come forth towards me and ask me for a reading. Anyone else that's a scam, don't give them your hard-earned money. You work hard. They don't deserve it. So I have a few downloads here for everyone. And I have that the classroom is ready for you. I feel like a lot of my collective are teachers, and whether you're like inside of the schooling system and a teacher, or you just teach others through your actions, through being an inspiration, the Earth's University's classroom is ready to learn from you. And you have mastered the art of navigating the battlefield. And you are more powerful than you appear. Like with one of the analogies that I really enjoy using is the side view mirror, where it's like images are closer than they appear. You're more powerful than you appear. You're like unsuspecting, like people wouldn't expect you to be so powerful. You're unassuming. There we go. You're unassuming with your powers. It's like a potato battery. You wouldn't expect a battery to be so powerful to power a battery or to power a light bulb for long periods of time, but it can. And it can also fuel us. So not only can you fuel yourself, your body, but you are also able to fuel yourself in the technological world as well. I feel like you may not feel like you have a lot of power or a lot of influence in the technology realm, such as social medias, podcasts, music videos. And this is just an extra confirmation that I'm getting a download for my collective. And if you're here and you're subscribed and you're liking and you're commenting, you're part of the collective. And as a part of the collective right now, we are more powerful than we appear. We are more talented and creative than we appear. We are very unassuming, which means in turn you may feel underestimated. People may underestimate you since you are so unassuming. And you want to know what? That just means you're just going to have to prove them wrong, and they're just going to have to put up with being wrong. And you want to know what? That's perfectly okay for them to not dissect you so easily in the beginning, because you are so multifaceted and layered of a being. I'm getting the you parfait, we're onions here, pulling back the layers. Ogres have layers. Collective has layers. So yeah, with the potato part, I was getting, yes, you're multifaceted. You're also use a snack. I'm also getting that. A lot of you may underestimate your beauty, or yeah, that's definitely it. A lot of you may underestimate your beauty, either physically or your heart. And for some of you, it's both, and that's just not true. That's just not true, favored ones. You are beautiful inside and out. And the fact that you worry so and are nervous in regards to it, and taking actions to better yourself, just means that if you were already beautiful, imagine how beautiful you are now that you are putting more work into yourself. You're gonna shine. Like, when you find a beautiful crystal on the side of a cliff and you take it home and it's raw, it's rare, it's beautiful, right? Absolutely. You are beautiful in your raw form. You don't need to be tumbled. You don't need to be washed off. You don't need to be smoothed and have your rugged edges smoothed down in order to fit into society's norm of needing to be a circle, little round crystal. You don't need to have all the edges smoothed off and shined and buffed. You don't need to be buff. Maybe some of you are worried about whether or not you've worked out enough, or building muscle enough, or lean enough. And Spirit just wants to come through and let you know you are beautiful in your raw and ruggedness every day. Every day. Even on your most gloomiest, in the side of a mountain, covered with all sorts of things, you are still ruggedly and raw, beautiful and rare. So not only are you a snack, but Spirit wanted to come through with some reassurance, because I was getting the goddess of Athena, from the Celtic goddesses. Some of you may like the Legend of Zelda, and horses, because that's what is coming through. Some of you may be streamers. I'm getting Super Smash Bros. As well, or it's just the Fae realm that you are well connected with. But the goddess of Athena is the goddess of fertility, of cornucopia, which also reminds me of Bran the Blessed, because they are both rulers of cornucopia. So here in Camelot's round table, we eat good. We eat from the cornucopia, and there's always enough to go around. So if you're feeling there isn't enough to go around at this time, then I am wishing you the most warmest of meals. Yes, the most. Or if you don't like warm meals, heck, you can have some cold fingy foods if you prefer it. I don't care, but I am wishing you the most cornucopia of meals and feasts. Yes, a whole feast. Oh! Some of you might like coyotes or wolves. Yes, the pack always eats together. No one gets left out. And even after the pack eats. Yeah, some of you may be feeling like you're only getting the scraps and only feasting after the wolves are done and taking everything for themselves. And universe and your guides and ancestors want to let you know that they are coming on their way. Some of you may feel like you're only getting breadcrumbs of Hansel and Gretel, and the only time that you are led to food is if it's fake and not good for you. And a time for that is coming to an end. With the image of a really fancy plate, you're going to be eating off of a silver platter is coming soon, because with Athena as well, one of her symbolisms besides the cornucopia is the Panthera, which is an ancient libation, like an outie belly button looking type bowl. Where it's just like the face all the way to the belly button, it is like sculpted outwards. If you look it up, it's an ancient style bowl. But it's also bringing me the image of the Hercules plates from McDonald's as well, is the image that comes to mind with it. Some of you may be working on getting a belly button piercing, or your belly is your belly button and belly is no longer swelling due to libations, so you're working on your sobriety. Also defining what is fancy to you, because to some people, you know, like break out the good china and it's just these plates of like Hercules, or for some they're like the Transformer cups that you get from the movie theater. But like that, for some collector items, is considered to be fancy, high luxury, and that's because that's how those individuals define that. If you asked someone else who wasn't into figurines and such, they would be like, why aren't you playing with the toys they're meant to be played with? You know, so you're learning that everyone has a different perspective, and you're putting yourself in perspective of what is fancy, what is success, what does it look like to you? Does getting to drink out of a curly straw mean that it's fancy drink to you now? Like, it was a pop 5 seconds ago in a cup, but you add a curly straw and ooh, you're on the resort type style now. Got that drip. Okay. Yeah, the universe is saying don't be stingy with the creativity. Don't be stingy with creativity. Some of you may be feeling you're too far in age to learn something, or that you already know too much. You feel overwhelmed by adding knowledge considering the vast amount you already carry. Plus, a select few of my collective, I feel others may doubt your ability to learn, as they give the guides are giving me an image of Brainiac versus Superman, where Brainiac didn't think that Superman could hold as much vast cosmic information from all the cosmos as much as he could. Spoiler alert, Superman won. So you're winning. You're winning. You are super smart, super intelligent. I'm hearing, as a collector of consciousness, we are learning to pull information from the universes, the like university, Earth archives, aka the Akashic records. You're delving very deep within it at this time and pulling through different parallel live lessons and breaking soul contracts at this time that you no longer align with, and you are pulling out wins is what I'm hearing. Some of you might have pull out game. I don't know why that's coming through, but I don't I'm not going there. I meant to look more into this, but I guess that's just gonna have to be a message more for you, or you all can look up it directly. I had needle eyes tunnel come up on my timeline anyway, and it really stuck out to me. It could be an actual place that you're going to go visit or feel drawn to visit. A lot of you could be drawn to going to different historical sites because inside of a parallel life, past life, you had gone there, and it's helping you pick up those different fractal pieces of your collective soul in order to revive those energies within you. So if you feel called to go visit somewhere, then maybe it's a time to go there, and it's an internal nudge, then this is extra confirmation. But the needle eyes tunnel, the first thing that came to mind when I read that is the old saying that you're looking at your dream through a peeping hole instead of opening the door. And I feel like that's what the collective is doing right now. We're really peeping through the door hole, the peephole right now, like Alice in Wonderland, seeing what's on the other side. And we see all of our dreams and a vast world of wonder. And we're just playing it safe by staying behind the door and looking through. And the universe is saying it's time to bust it wide open. Over here in my channel and with the collective favored ones, we have a saying. So there's a reminder that favored ones, we say open sesame to the doors of opportunity. So that's a reminder for someone or a few of you is to remember to say yes to opportunities. And if you don't have the opportunities presented yet, say open sesame, doors of opportunity. Remember to roll those dice. They're loaded in your favor, and to command open doors. We don't wait for doors to open for us. We command them because we are favored, and we make our own luck. And we put in the work so that we deserve it in the end too. We are very hard workers. And we are also, we play hard, but we work hard around here, but we also play hard because we know that play is the most powerful manifester. I have seen personally, I've had rough days, really rough days, and as soon as I picked up a video game or tried to play a board game with a loved one, it seemed like the energy of everything just turned around. So I'm not sure if you have someone to play games with or just watch a comedy skit with. I feel like that would be a really good suggestion and recommendation for my collective right now. Is you'll notice when you go to play a game online, all of a sudden you're like the second or last person alive inside of a survival game. You're all of a sudden it's like, wow, I've had such a good round. I normally don't have that much good luck on this video game, but you're noticing that when that's happening, it's usually when you're avoiding responsibility, and you'll notice that responsibilities seem to be going hard for you seem to be having a rough time when you're trying to take care of responsibilities when you've ignored play. And you'll notice play is beginning to be a little bit testy when you are ignoring responsibilities. This is the universe's little nudges to keep you on path and to keep you balanced. So remember that you are co-creator of your life, and the universe would just like you to remember to don't be stingy with the creativity, for real. A lot of you may be feeling like you don't know enough about a certain subject. Like, that would be like with me. Tarot is an endless journey, and you could always know more. You could always see a new piece of information that you didn't see in the picture before, because pictures paint 1,000 words. So don't forget that when you're painting a picture for yourself, that sometimes you might not get all the words. Like being hard on yourself after going up on a video and you're like, oh, I missed that very key information, but that download wasn't for the collective, my sweet. That download was for you. Now, I'm not saying don't share, obviously, not being stingy with the creativity, but it doesn't mean that you made a mistake by not doing it then, and you need to be hard on yourself. It just means it came to you in divine timing. And of course, you helped you unfold that next level message. So allowing yourself more grace in your creativity and grace in learning how to become more deep and in depth with the knowledge that you hold. Yes, steering in a direction with balance. You are on top of it. You are on top of spreading your wings. May have felt like your wings didn't have enough room to fly and soar to the next level. I feel like you are on top of opening your wings and allowing yourself to fly to newer heights. Some of you could be getting something to do with stars. You could be getting tattoos as well. Yeah, I get that image just because there's a whole bunch of like glyphs or whatever on the skirt here, and it kind of reminded me of tattoos. Some of you could be a tattoo artist with the spear here looking sort of like a needle. So some of you are becoming some of you are soaring to the top at being the artist that you are, like in the craft that you do. Like you're becoming a top tattoo artist of your local area. You're soaring to the top of the charts or recommendations from people as well. Like if you sell cars, you're reaching the top of the charts for people who sell transportation, the top, yeah. Getting to create your own rules as well. A lot of entrepreneuring as well as owning your own business. Some of you could work on your own cars as well, just with the chariot. It reminds me of vehicles, and I don't know why, but it kind of reminded me of like a tire iron. You could work in the trades field. It doesn't have to directly be a mechanic. Changing out tires, because this like summer versus winter tires, so some of you could just be getting work done on your vehicle, so there's that as well. Can we get any messages for my favorite ones? What's going on with the energy? What's the vibe check? We have vibe check. Yeah, it feels like your energy is really stubborn and sporadic, but I feel like you're really popping off at this time. Like you're feeling like a watched pot right now. You feel like a lot of people are watching you, so you feel like it's like everything's going in slow motion a lot more than necessary. You know, like when you're in like a wedding party, or what's a good example? When you're going through graduation and you're walking the stage and it feels like it's taking forever because everyone's staring at you. I feel like that's how you're feeling right now in regards to your business moving. You feel like so many people know about it and are asking about it that it feels like it's not popping off as fast as it should be, considering all the attention that you're getting. But at the same time, you're getting attention, so be at attention. Like enjoy the attention, not be at attention. Be at ease with getting attention is what I'm feeling. Because it's kind of giving me the feeling of being a conductor. Like you could be a train conductor with transportation as well, working in the railroad industry. Okay. But what it's getting me like a conductor where you prefer not to be watched when you're doing your talents, whenever you're doing your whatever your business is. You know what you do. What the image is giving me, though, is how you're facing, this individual is facing away from the castle where everyone's watching. So like with a conductor who's facing the band and the orchestra, but the audience is behind. So I feel like you're facing more towards the orchestra. So you're orchestrating something right now, and everyone's trying to like peep over your shoulder and like get a good look, and they're like watching, but you're focused on what you're orchestrating. You're not allowing the crowd or crying or anything that's going on behind you in the audience. You're not allowing the audience to sway your judgment. Some of you might watch Sway in the morning, but you're not allowing the audience to sway your judgment while you're focused on what you're orchestrating. You're not allowing outside chatter and society and the village people. You're not allowing the village people to come with their pitchforks and allow them to sway and tell you what you're gonna do with your swamp. You will roar at them, and you will put up signs, and you will let them know that that's your swamp, and you are going to continue to be defending what is yours, because like Shrek did, he defended it till the very end. Can we get another messages on what in the hey is going on with the collective? Oh, this one or the one underneath? The one underneath. Okay. This one wanted to fly out at me. Ace of Pentacles. The universe wants to give you a blessing, a miracle, because you are a blessing and a miracle for so many others. And the universe wants to ask you if you could please this time when they bless you, not to give it to someone else. In the past, when you have gotten a big payout, and yes, you have a kind heart, and they're very proud of you for having a kind heart and a giving nature, but they would like you to be stingy with the money and give out more creativity, because your creativity is you sharing abundance. Your creativity is monetary value. It is time consuming. Therefore, it is worth being paid out for. So, let's an example. You got a big payout because of whatever in your life, and you started buying gifts for other people. You started giving away the money to other people who were going through a rough time, which is amazing and wonderful. But that was there for you to not just get back on your feet, but to have an overflowing cup. And I think the universe wants you to know that you're so used to an empty cup that when you get a half full cup, you dump half out till you only have 1/4 of a cup left, and you're like, I'm abundant. And you are. That is glorious. But they want to fund you to the point where you can have a secret garden, where you have some of you might be making a secret fund for yourself or your kids. That's something that's coming through. Instead of giving it away to people, make a secret fund for yourself or your children. Because that secret garden of abundance will be for you to flourish. Look how that's flourishing. And it's not like you won't welcome people into that garden one day and be able to offer so much fruit and abundance. But I feel like for now, you're being called to be stingy with the money and give out creativity instead. Advice, love, support, and remember that the universe will bless them too. So instead of blessing them and keep asking from the universe, ask the universe to bless them too. Ask them, bless them with a warm meal, like I've done myself by saying, may you receive the most warmest of meals. Just wishing well on them is so much. It's so much in the spiritual realm. They're more powerful than you think. Just like at the beginning of the reading that I had stated. So weary I come, and my heart burden be. I am still waiting in the silence. Yeah, so you raise people up so that they can walk on top of mountains. You raise them up so that they can walk on stormy seas. The universe says you have much more to give than money. So for right now, please accept their gift of money for yourself and not be so desperately in need to hand it out to someone else. Let's say you got a really good beat and someone else wanted it and you just gave it away. Or you got this really cool, what other example besides like money, like I don't have any other analogy right now, but like say you got in an accident and you had a big payout, and instead of buying a whole bunch of cool things for yourself and getting yourself set, you gave it out to other people. This time they want that big payout to go to you. You and you alone. And after you have spent it, if your cup is overfilled, then yes, they approve. But for now, it seems like they want you to tend to your own garden. Tend to your own secret garden. Anything else besides tending to their own secret garden that you would like to bestow upon my lovely favored ones? Please, guide, spirit guardians of your highest good, ancestors of the highest good. Whoop. Stability is coming for you. You don't need to fight. There's enough to go around. And the reason why you may feel like there isn't enough to go around is from this underlining need to give to others beyond what is needed. You don't have to overgive in order to prove that you are a kind person. So yeah, this is divinely orchestrated, and they want to give you an offering. They want to help make your coin in the wishing well come true to the point where it's like overflowing, a fountain. So they want you to hold on for now and tend to your own garden until it becomes time, because there will be a time when you are able to overfill that cup, and you will feel it in yourself, inside yourself. You will feel it when your heart doesn't clench. You will feel it when your lower energy doesn't go, oh, shouldn't do that, oh. You know, because I know you guys feel this too when you do a certain thing when your guides don't want it, and it's like in your lower back area, and all of a sudden it's like, like, you remember those old time like TV shows and cartoons when you're like dancing on the stage and you're doing something on stage, and you know, because life is the stage, and they get that big cane and they like yank them out. And it's like from the hip area. That's what I feel like the spirit guides are doing to us when we're on stage and we're doing something out of alignment, and not, they'll be like trying to yank us, being like, get off stage, don't do that. Listen to your guides. Listen to that inner instinct where if you're trying to give away your blessing, and if you just keep giving away your blessings to people who aren't you, it's not even that they don't deserve blessings. It's just that that blessing has your name on it. And you're noticing that your blessings are not coming through. It might be that they're on hold right now until the universe knows that you will truly accept it for you and only you. So yeah, tend to your garden and finding your own wishing well, and tending to your own wishing well. So yeah, when a wish comes true for you, and the universe puts it in there and it pops it out and it comes down in raining, don't hand it off to someone right away because you feel like that's the only way to prove that you're a good person, is to bless other people. Sometimes a way to prove that you are a good person is to allow yourself to be blessed. Okay, let's see. Let's get a closing message. No, they're saying that's the end of the message. They're saying it was 4:20 on the clock, so some of you might smoke. Some of you may be being told that you're not spiritual enough, or you're not sober enough, or you're not responsible enough, possibly even a parent, because of partaking in cannabis. It's legal now, guys. I know it's not criminalized, because if it was, they would let people out of the jails and stuff. A lot of you might be activists, and you're working towards very biased opinions in society, and you may not agree with my opinions. That's perfectly fine. I am not here to convince you to believe what I believe. I am only here to confirm whatever intuitive nudges your guides have given you. That's why all the messages won't apply, and some will. And you're on top of things. You really are. For the amount that you're going through right now, and navigating and balancing and travel and all of the above, you're on top of it. Some of you might like Beyblades as well. Or a lot of you are balancing, learning what the new age terms and conditions are. Back in the day, this was called a top, and spinning top, learning how to play games in a new way. Like with the rap game, it's not the same way it used to be, and metal bands as well. Everything was shock value, and maybe you're learning that that's not the right approach, and you're learning how to change the tide for the new generation within an era, within a certain community, with crews, and you want to just make sure that the next generation has a chance to spread their wings a lot sooner than you had the opportunity to. And people who want to make it inside of community, let's say the tarot community, you give suggestions for how to do thumbnails, and you give suggestions on lighting or camera details. If you're inside the rap game, you give examples on where to find low prices to get your music on different platforms, on how to, like Reaper. Like, a lot of you are just making sure that the information is giving out there, and some of you may not realize that your information up here, this old temple full of cosmic knowledge, is way more valuable than any money that you could shell out to people. Shelling out money, yes, very helpful. Money, I love money, and I know just how to use it. It's one of my favorite affirmations from readers online. And but money isn't everything. You're learning that your knowledge is high value and highly valued. You are highly valued, my favorite ones, and the knowledge that you carry. So thank you everyone for coming through, and I appreciate you. And I look forward to seeing you all in my next video. Remember to eat, hydrate, and you know it, have fun. Bye.